Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Stevie's here, Robbo as well. Robbo, I apologise during your tactical breakdown of how to beat PSG. I somewhat glazed over.
Yes, well, you glazed over quite a bit when I'm talking. I've noticed that.
Robbo dressed for Wimbledon, I would suggest today, looking smart.
What I would say is, a little while ago, I went to a wedding in this, and one of the kids came out and asked me for an ice cream. He thought I was the ice cream man.
Very good. So that takes us to the first question, Robbo. Start bench will drop these non-football events.
Okay.
Super Bowl, Wimbledon, the Masters.
I would go with the Super Bowl because I quite like NFL.
Okay. Do you have a team?
It was years ago. It was Chicago Bears because in the 80s they were in team. I'm not a great fan of the other two particularly, but I would, because I saw a lot of it when I was a youngster, I would go with Wimbledon and Masters, which I'm not a golfer, so it would be down there.
That would be down there. Wimbledon is something that doesn't appeal to you at all. It's strange given you your ways.
Well,
and your dress.
Yeah. No, tennis I didn't play at school.
No.
I watched it on the telly, but didn't get that enthusiastic about it. And I watched tennis when it was at its very best, when McEnroe and Lendl and Ball were playing. That was when it was at its best. And you knew all the players. I don't know the players anymore.
It was only posh kids that played tennis.
It was, yeah, in England.
Well, he went to posh school, didn't he?
I went to a posh school, yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he went private school.
And my
That's why he's got that massive chip
my
on
cousin
his
was the captain of Queen's Club and one of their top players.
Wow.
And he now
must be
plays
a great toffee nose.
I wouldn't say that. And he now plays in the seniors tour.
Okay.
And he does very well.
Do you talk to him?
No, we see each other at funerals and weddings.
Right, lovely.
Yeah.
Cheery. Stevie, where you put those three?
I'm with Robbo.
You would have the Masters last, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I couldn't walk around 18 holes following people. No chance.
Okay. But what just about a spectacle to watch on television? They're all three are on at the same time. Which one would you choose?
Way too late for him.
Which
On
one?
television?
Yes. Which would you choose to watch out of those three?
On television, now that's a different ballgame.
Okay. All right.
I would switch with Masters and Wimbledon on television.
But you would have Super Bowl one?
Yep.
Really? You'd have Super Bowl ahead of Masters and then Wimbledon?
Yes.
Okay.
Aye.
As a footballer, did you enjoy the summer, the vacation, and want it to last, or were you very excited for the start of the season, Stevie?
No, you wanted it to last.
Right. Did you not miss like the camaraderie, the banter with the boys, that sort of everyday exchanges that you had?
Not really.
No?
No, missed the nights out.
Right.
I would say that's what I missed, the nights out that we used to have on a regular occasion.
Yes.
And then after a couple of weeks, after the first 2 weeks, you start enjoying it.
Okay.
First 2 weeks, there's nothing fun about pre-season.
I see.
It's just head down and run.
Robbo, I imagine you like to vacation.
I look forward to the end of the season when your body was aching and mentally you were sort of quite tired. But I
You're
did a
still
lot.
aching your knees.
Yeah, I know, but I still did a lot of training during the summer. But I like to get away from the club for 4 or 5 weeks.
Right. Get away from people.
Get away from people. I didn't like it when I had to go with the England under-21s or the England youth because I was playing first team football at a young age and I was shattered come the end of the season. And then I had to pick myself up again and go with the under-21s.
So you get for being such a high standard that you represent
And
your
that's
country.
when a lot of the injuries were caused, when I was away in those summer tournaments.
Is Kylian Mbappe, Robbo, too selfish to ever lead a team to Champions League glory?
I'm not going to say he's never going to win a Champions League, but he is too selfish, as a lot of the top players are when they get to a certain level. He's got to work harder. I don't expect him to chase back and do all those sort of things, but when the ball's 5-10 yards in front of him, go and close down. If you're the first person to go and close down, other people join you. I don't expect him to run back and chase midfield players, but go and work hard when the ball's in and around you. Because people say, well, Lionel Messi never did that. He did under Pep Guardiola when he was younger, and Barcelona were the best team in the world at the time.
I mean, he could at least fill a hole. You know, at least get in a position where you'll stop a passing lane. I mean, that's the easiest thing to ask somebody to do. But he just can't be bothered.
No.
He just can't.
I mean, he played with a world-class player in Ian Rush, and Ian Rush was the best person to close the ball. When you were centre-half playing against Ian Rush, you had no time on the ball.
No chance. I don't think. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a centre forward close the ball any better than Rush. Not at all.
Stevie, how different was the off-season as a coach compared to when you were a player? Your off-season was quite long, MLS, what's it?
Aye.
November to
Yeah, it was great.
March?
Aye. I mean, early on, it was October
Okay.
to early March.
So what did you do?
Not a lot.
Well, shouldn't you be scouting and looking for new
I
players?
didn't have any money to go scouting.
Okay.
I would go to some of the college, like the NCAAs,
Okay.
some of the college games. I'd go to college games that were close.
Right.
I'd probably have one trip that I would organise, usually somewhere in Africa, and that
Okay.
would last a week to 10 days, and then the rest of the time was figuring what to do.
What about you, Robert, as a coach?
Well, there was a couple of seasons when I was at Wimbledon where I'd go in probably twice, 3 times a week, and all the coaches would come in. We would talk about the new tactical approach we were going to take, looking at players that we could buy, looking at organising the pre-season. Were we going to go with 1 session a day, 2 sessions a day, and at one point we had 3 sessions a day, but much shorter. Making sure we got enough physios on board, enough masseurs on board, because we had quite a bit of money at the time. So yeah, there was a lot of work to do in the summer. But it was quite nice work because it was just organising. You didn't have to worry about players and things like that. Because that's when it becomes a pain.
Yeah, I mean, because we had such a long break, I used to have to deal with, at the end of every season, 5 or 6 of the senior guys coming up to me going, can we come in for the next 2 or 3 weeks and just kick around?
Right.
I'd be like, no chance, no chance. Because somebody would end up getting injured, they wouldn't warm up properly, and somebody would fall out and they'd end up being a rammy.
Okay, a rammy. Let's define a rammy.
A rammy, just fighting, wrestling, all kinds of nonsense.
A fight between 2 players.
So, yeah, you just need 2 to have a problem with each other.
Right.
And you get in a situation like that.
And there's a rammy.
And there's a
Rammy.
rammy.
What?
Rammy.
Yeah,
There we
Rammy.
are.
That's the first time I've ever heard that, Rammy.
Yeah, rammy.
Robert, how good of a partnership would Isak and Ekitike be up front for Newcastle, along with Elanga and Gordon? You like Ekitike?
I do. Saw him for Frankfurt last season where he was running. He did very well with Marmoush. They had a great partnership for the first part of the season before Marmoush went to Man City. Pacey, makes good runs.
Yep.
Likes to get in behind defenders. Isak, likewise, but I think Isak's probably a little bit better with his back to goal. But it'd be a great partnership if those 2 got together.
Do you think Real Madrid must sell Rodrygo, Robbo, to reinvest and shore up liabilities in defence and midfield if the goal is the Champions League?
I think they want to get rid of Rodrygo anyway, don't they?
What's their #1 priority when it comes to signings now?
Well, they've signed a left back. We know that, so that's one of the areas that you would look at.
You could do another centre back.
Yeah, so they've got Howson at the moment, and Militao has been out injured for quite some while. Rudiger has had his moments, but he's had a couple of very good seasons.
Asensio's
I think Asensio's going to struggle.
Well, Asensio had a great season last year, was probably their best centre half, but since Xabi Alonso, he's had an absolute shocker right in front of the new manager. So probably they would need another quality centre half, I would say.
Final question, Robbo. Today is your last day, of course. How long have you been here? How many days?
10 days.
10 days. Are you going to miss Dan and Stevie? Of course.
Always miss you, Dan.
Yes.
I miss Steve even more because he's not so rude as you. Because
Wow.
as I've said many, many times, you can be a horrible little man at times.
Wow.
Is that true, Stevie?
Napoleon comes to mind.
Yeah. A little dictator. A little dictator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Argumentative.
Who needs enemies?
All
when you have friends
of
like
the above.
this?
Yeah.
That is it then. That brings us to the end of today's show. We'll be back. Stevie's heading to New York tomorrow.
Yeehaw!
Why yeehaw?
I'm trying to convince myself.
That's
it's
Dallas,
gonna be
you go
fun.
yeehaw, isn't it?
Texas is yeehaw. Like
What does it
the
matter?
Wild West. Well,
What does it matter?
Seems strange to make that noise in reference to New York.
Well, what noise do you want to make?
I don't know, but if I was to say, if you were to make that noise, no one's going to go, oh, you go to New York.
Yeehaw!
The Big Apple.
The Big Apple. Dag nabbit.
Oh, yeah. Stevie and Craig together.
Cor blimey.
What a treat.
What do you want?
ESPN FC then back with you live from New York to break down everything you need to know about the Club World Cup final.